Have you ever woken up after a full night's sleep, and still felt tired? Not just a little groggy. I mean bone-deep exhaustion. The kind that makes even simple tasks feel like a mountain. You try to push through. You make your coffee. You get dressed. But inside, you're wondering, what happened to me? Why don't I feel like myself anymore? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, so many senior women quietly go through this, thinking it's just part of getting older. Like it's normal to feel worn out, foggy, or out of sync with your own body. But let me ask you something personal. Have you noticed that your spark, that inner fire you used to feel, has started to fade? Maybe you've lost interest in the things you once loved. Maybe your body feels different. Your mood dips more often. And your energy just doesn't bounce back the way it used to. And here's the part nobody talks about enough. This isn't just about aging. It's about vitality. It's about feeling like a woman again. Whole. Balanced. Energized. Because what many doctors won't tell you is this: there are real, biological changes happening inside your body, hormonal shifts. Nutrient depletions. Slowdowns that can steal your energy without warning. And sadly, most women are never told how to fight back, gently, naturally, and effectively. But what if I told you there's one specific food, often overlooked, simple, affordable, that could help restore your feminine vitality? Yes. I'm talking about something so ordinary, you might already have it in your kitchen. But when used the right way, it can nourish your hormones, support your energy, and help you feel like yourself again, not just older, but wiser, stronger, and still vibrant. And that's just the beginning. Because in this video, we're diving into 5 powerful, doctor-backed insights that can help you take back control of your health after 60. Not with gimmicks. Not with fads. But with wisdom, and real science, you can trust. So, if you've been feeling tired, disconnected, or like the old you is slipping away, stay with me. You deserve to feel better than this. Comment below with "I'm ready" if you're tired of feeling tired, and want natural, proven ways to bring back your energy and balance. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. We're here for you with warm, compassionate, research-backed health advice. Made just for women like you. Let's get into it. Let me tell you a story about Margaret. She's 72. Sharp as a tack, warm-hearted, and the kind of woman who used to light up a room with her presence. But over the last year, Margaret started feeling off. Her mornings felt heavier. Her thoughts weren't as clear. And those joyful little things she used to love, her garden, her book club, her walks, started to feel more like chores than pleasures. She brushed it off at first. Told herself, this is just what aging feels like, right? But when her mood started dipping for no reason, when simple tasks made her feel winded, and when she caught herself snapping at her grandkids over nothing, she finally said, enough is enough. So, Margaret went in for a full wellness check. And what they found? Her estrogen levels had fallen off a cliff. Now here's the thing, most of us think of estrogen as just a reproductive hormone. Something that matters before menopause and not much after. But that's far from the truth. Estrogen plays a massive role in how your body functions, even well into your 60, 70, and beyond. It affects how your brain processes emotions, how your bones hold strength, how your heart pumps blood, and even how your cells create energy. When your estrogen drops, and I mean really drops, it can cause a chain reaction. Your mood shifts. Your memory gets foggy. Your stamina shrinks. And worst of all, your spark, that deep inner vitality that makes you feel like you, begins to fade. And here's the problem, too many women chalk all of this up to just getting older. They assume it's normal to feel drained or moody or emotionally flat. But more often than not, what they're really experiencing is hormonal imbalance. And the good news? That means there's something you can do about it. No, I'm not saying you need to jump into complicated medications. What I'm saying is, start by knowing where your body actually stands. Ask your doctor about a simple hormone panel. It can tell you more than you might imagine, not just about your estrogen, but also about progesterone, DHEA, thyroid function, all the key players that help your body stay vibrant. And if your numbers are out of balance, don't panic. There are natural, food-based solutions that can gently support your hormones without overwhelming your system. Small, smart changes to your daily meals, your movement, your rest, they can make a world of difference. And that brings me to something powerful. One specific food that has been studied, praised, and recommended by women's health doctors around the world, especially for postmenopausal women who want their energy and rhythm back. You may have heard of it before. But chances are, you've never realized just how much it could do for you. Let me tell you about Nancy. She's 68, retired, and lives alone in a quiet little town just outside of St. Paul. She's the kind of woman who still makes her own soup from scratch and keeps fresh flowers in a vase by the window. But a few months ago, she told me something that really stuck with me. She said, "I just didn't feel like myself anymore. I wasn't sick, but I wasn't well either. My body felt sluggish, my digestion was unpredictable, my skin looked dull, and emotionally, I was all over the place." Now Nancy isn't one to chase fads. But after a conversation we had about gentle, food-based ways to support her changing body, she decided to try something simple. She started adding ground flaxseed to her morning oatmeal. That's it. No fancy powders. No extreme diets. Just one simple seed, about 2 spoonfuls a day. And here's what happened within just a few weeks. She noticed her digestion improved. Her skin started to regain a subtle, healthy glow. Her mood evened out. The emotional ups and downs weren't quite so sharp. And maybe most importantly, she started waking up with a little more clarity. A little more energy. A little more herself. Now I know, it might sound too good to be true. How could a tiny seed make that much difference? But that's the thing about flaxseed. It may be small, but it's mighty. Flaxseed is one of nature's richest sources of lignans, plant compounds that act as phytoestrogens. That means they mimic estrogen in the body in a very gentle, balanced way. For women who are postmenopausal, or dealing with hormonal shifts, this can offer real support, not by replacing your hormones, but by helping your body respond more gracefully to the changes. And flaxseed doesn't stop there. It also delivers omega-3 fatty acids, the good kind that supports your heart and brain. It's packed with fiber that helps keep your digestion regular and your gut healthy. And it contains B vitamins, which play a key role in energy production, nerve health, and mood stability. So, you're not just getting a hormone helper, you're getting a full-body ally. Now here's something most people don't know. You have to use ground flaxseed. Whole flax seeds often pass through your system undigested. You won't get the real benefits unless it's ground, either pre-ground from the store or freshly ground at home with a small grinder. And once you have it, it's so easy to use. You can sprinkle 1 to 2 tablespoons into your oatmeal, yogurt, smoothie, or even stir it into your soup or homemade muffins. It has a mild, nutty flavor that blends in beautifully without overpowering your food. It's simple. It's gentle. And it's something you can do today, with no prescriptions, no side effects, and no fuss. But here's the thing. Restoring your energy isn't just about what you add into your diet. Sometimes, the real breakthrough comes when you identify what's been missing all along. And for many senior women, that missing piece is something nearly everyone overlooks, but it affects almost every system in your body. Now let me tell you about Linda. She's 74, a proud grandmother of 5, and she's been through her fair share of health ups and downs. But one thing had started to wear her down more than anything else. Those relentless nighttime leg cramps and that frustrating mental fog that wouldn't lift. She was forgetting simple things, where she placed her keys, what she walked into the room for, and worst of all, her sleep was a mess. She'd wake up exhausted, even after a full night in bed. At first, she thought it was just part of aging. Maybe I'm just getting old, she told herself. But when she finally went in for a full blood panel, her doctor found something unexpected. She was severely low in magnesium. Now, I know magnesium isn't something we talk about every day. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. But for women in their 60, 70, and beyond, it's absolutely essential, and dangerously underappreciated. You see, magnesium is involved in over 300 different processes in the body. Yes, 300. It helps your muscles relax. It helps regulate your heart rhythm. It plays a key role in managing your mood, your memory, your energy, and even your sleep. And here's the part that hits close to home: as we age, our bodies naturally become less efficient at absorbing magnesium. Add to that certain medications, digestive changes, and even stress, and it's no wonder that so many older adults walk around with a silent deficiency, without even realizing it. Now most people think magnesium deficiency shows up as just leg cramps. And yes, that's one clue. But it's far from the whole story. That persistent tiredness you can't shake. The low mood that creeps in for no reason. The restless nights, the shallow sleep, the racing mind at bedtime. Magnesium is often the missing puzzle piece. And the worst part is, you can eat all the right foods, and still fall short if your gut isn't absorbing it well. But the good news is, this is one of the easiest deficiencies to fix, once you know it's there. Let's talk about some simple ways to get more magnesium into your life. Start with magnesium-rich foods like dark leafy greens. Spinach, Swiss chard, kale. Add pumpkin seeds, just a handful a day can give you a powerful boost. Avocados are another fantastic choice, creamy, heart-healthy, and magnesium-packed. And if you're still struggling, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about a gentle supplement. Magnesium citrate is often recommended for better absorption and fewer side effects. Start with a low dose, and always check if it interacts with any medications you're taking. Remember, this isn't about chasing a miracle cure, it's about supporting your body where it needs help the most. Because when your magnesium levels rise, so does your energy. Your sleep improves. Your mind clears. And those nagging little symptoms that made you feel off, they begin to ease up, quietly, but powerfully. And speaking of rest, calm, and stress relief, there's one more food, often forgotten, that may help even further. It's not new, in fact, it's ancient. And for women looking to reclaim their stamina, mood, and even their libido, it can make a world of difference. Now let me take you on a quick journey to the high mountains of Peru. For centuries, women living in those rugged, wind-swept regions have relied on a humble root grown in the Andes, not for survival, but for vitality. For endurance. For balance. It's called Maca root, and it's been passed down through generations like a sacred gift. I remember speaking with a senior woman. Her name's Carol, 71 years old. She's vibrant, witty, sharp, but she went through a tough few years during and after menopause. Hot flashes, emotional crashes, total exhaustion. She tried everything. Until one day, her daughter brought her a small jar of something called Maca powder. Carol started adding just half a teaspoon to her morning tea, warm water, a bit of honey, and a dash of cinnamon. She didn't expect much. But over the next few weeks, she noticed her mood started to even out. Her energy returned, slowly at first, but then steadily. And in her own words, she told me, "I didn't just feel better. I felt more like a woman again." Like myself. Now what makes maca so special? It's what we call an adaptogen, a natural substance that helps your body adapt to stress. And as we age, our stress response gets thrown off, especially during hormonal shifts. Maca steps in like a gentle regulator, nudging your body back toward balance. It contains plant sterols and natural compounds that can support estrogen without being a hormone replacement. That means it can help lighten anxiety, improve focus, and yes, it's even been linked to an increase in libido and stamina. Not in a dramatic, overnight way, but gently, steadily, like a tide coming back in. Now here's what many people get wrong about maca. They think it's just a menopause thing. But it's so much more than that. Even women in their 60, 70, and beyond can benefit. Because maca doesn't just chase symptoms, it helps your whole system recover from the hormonal roller coaster that's often left behind. If you're interested in trying it, here's what I always suggest: start small, about half a teaspoon of maca powder per day. Mix it into a warm beverage, a smoothie, or even sprinkle it over your breakfast. It has an earthy, nutty flavor that blends well once you get used to it. And listen to your body. Some women feel a difference in days. Others may take a few weeks. But consistency is key, and your body will tell you what it needs. Now, let me be clear, maca isn't a magic fix. But when combined with the right foods, rest, and support, it can be a powerful ally for your energy, mood, and sense of wholeness. And that brings us to something really important. Because while these foods and nutrients do amazing things, there's a lifestyle shift that can multiply every one of these benefits. And sadly, it's the one thing most women overlook. Now let me introduce you to Dorothy. She's 80 years old, lives in a quiet neighborhood, and she's the kind of woman who still sends handwritten birthday cards to every grandchild, all 9 of them. But about a year ago, Dorothy told me she felt like her body had slowed down too much. She wasn't sick. Her checkups were fine. But she had no stamina. Even a trip to the mailbox left her winded. She started skipping social events. And worst of all, she just didn't feel connected to her body anymore. We had a heart-to-heart. I asked her a simple question: how much are you moving, and how much water are you drinking? She gave me that look, the one that says, not much of either. So, she made a small promise to herself. Every morning after breakfast, she'd take a slow, 15-minute walk around her yard. And each day, she filled a reusable water bottle, and committed to sipping at least 6 full glasses before dinner. That's it. No gym. No trainers. No fancy meal plans. Just simple movement and steady hydration. And within 1 month, Dorothy told me her energy shot up. Her ankles weren't swelling as much. She was sleeping deeper, laughing more, and said, and I'll quote her here, "I feel like I got a little piece of my life back." Now let's break that down. See, gentle movement isn't just nice to do. It actually releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that improve your mood and reduce pain. It boosts circulation, which helps carry oxygen and nutrients to every corner of your body, your brain, your muscles, your heart. Even better, regular movement can stimulate your body's natural estrogen production, even in small ways, which supports hormonal balance without anything artificial. And then there's hydration, something so simple, we barely think about it. But when your body is dehydrated, everything struggles. Your cells don't function properly. Your muscles fatigue faster. Your brain feels foggy. Your mood dips. And your body holds on to toxins longer than it should. It's not just about drinking when you're thirsty. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already behind. Start your day with a glass of water. Keep a bottle with you. Take small sips throughout the day. And if plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or cucumber, something to make it refreshing and enjoyable. Now, here's something important I want you to remember. You don't need to overhaul your life to feel better. You just need to start. Take a walk. Stretch gently in your chair. Tend to a few potted plants. Put on music and sway for 5 minutes in your kitchen. Your body is craving movement. Not punishment, movement. It's not about how far you go or how long. It's about showing up for your body, with love, consistency, and respect. And when you pair that with hydration, your energy will lift. Your thoughts will clear. And your body will begin to work with you, not against you. So now we've talked about 5 gentle, powerful ways to restore your feminine energy. But what does all this really mean? What does it look like, feel like, to come back to life in this chapter of womanhood? It's not easy watching your body change. There's a quiet ache that many women carry, the kind that comes not from illness, but from watching your reflections slowly shift. From feeling once easy energy turn into sluggish mornings. From reaching for words that feel just out of grasp. From standing in your own kitchen, and wondering where that old spark has gone. The loss of feminine energy, the dips in vitality, they can feel like losing a piece of your identity. That rhythm you once had. That natural glow. That fire that made you feel like you. It can feel lonely. Confusing. Even shameful at times, though it shouldn't. Because here's what I need you to hear loud and clear, you are not fading. You are shifting. Aging is not the opposite of vitality, it's the evolution of it. It's not a door closing, it's a redirection. And while the path may look unfamiliar, you are not walking it powerless. In fact, you're more powerful than you know. Every flaxseed you stir into breakfast. Every time you stretch, even when your joints resist. Every glass of water you drink like it's medicine. Every conversation you start with your doctor about hormones, sleep, or moods. These are not small acts. They are declarations. They are you choosing life. They are you reclaiming control over your story. Margaret, who thought her fatigue was just aging. She's now gardening again. Linda, once plagued by leg cramps and sleepless nights. She's painting in the afternoons now. Something she hadn't done in 20 years. And Dorothy? Her daily walks have turned into weekly visits to the senior center, where she now leads a book club. These women didn't change everything. They just changed one thing, and then another. You don't need perfection. You don't need to do it all at once. You just need to believe that your body is still capable of healing. That your mind is still hungry to grow. That your spirit is still worthy of joy, connection, and energy. You are not broken. You are evolving. This phase, yes, this one, can be rich with laughter, vitality, and peace. With the right tools, with support, with kindness toward yourself. It can be just as radiant as any other chapter of your life. And if no one else has told you today, let me say it now, you're doing beautifully. You've come this far. And you are more than worthy of what comes next. So today, we explored the real reasons why your energy might feel low. And more importantly, what you can start doing right now to reclaim it. We talked about the link between hormones and energy, and how to test for imbalances. The power of flaxseed and its estrogen-like benefits. The critical role of magnesium, and the surprising symptoms of deficiency. The ancient energy support of Maca root, especially for mood and stamina. And finally, the simple but overlooked healing of movement and hydration. Every one of these strategies is gentle, natural, and fully within your reach. You don't have to do all of them. Just pick one. Start there. And watch what happens when your body begins to feel supported again. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried flaxseed, maca, or magnesium before? Did it make a difference in your energy, mood, or sleep? Or maybe you have your own tip that's helped you feel better lately. Let's build a space of encouragement and learning. Drop your experience in the comments below. Your story could be the one that gives another woman hope. And if this video gave you something valuable, a new idea, a moment of reflection, a sense of, I'm not alone, please take a second to hit that like button. It helps us reach more seniors looking for trustworthy, compassionate guidance. And if you'd like more videos like this, focused on senior health, energy, and emotional well-being, subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. We're building a community of strength, care, and empowerment, one story at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me. Your health matters. Your energy matters. Your voice matters. Stay hopeful. Stay curious. And until next time, be kind to yourself. And keep growing. I'll see you in the next video.